666, Justice for Tyrone West and Justice for all victims of police brutality. Tawanda, it's all you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I apologize we started so late tonight, but this is one of those days. And that number right there is a horrible number, but it is what it is. This is West Wednesday 666. And we'll be back. We don't have no special guests, and I won't keep you long at all tonight because it's late. But I just have some updates and some announcements. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardes Ruiz. In a video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one. Concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardes Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly, picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog-tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, Sid, what's wrong with it? Improper way with it. There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the law?
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it up.
To profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
So do me a favor, take out your keys.
Yeah, you can record. For what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? I won't do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are 2 law-abiding citizens that we're getting targeted, and I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardes Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses, the N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 and 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight.
Mic check. Yeah,
Mic
so
check.
first of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to West Wednesday, week 666. Yeah, it's a lot going on, guys, right now. So, but I am thankful and I'm most humble because even in a serious situation, when people be there for you, it always makes a difference. Big shout out to my co-teacher who brought me home today. My A1 from day one. But yeah, so tonight I just want to talk about our upcoming event that we're gonna have on the 16th of May, where we're gonna show the short film documentary that I was in, and we're gonna have a panel discussion. So soon we'll be sharing the Eventbrite. So make sure you purchase a ticket, come see us, support, and all the donations will be going to our appeal exhibit. So I'm really, really excited about that. So like even in rough times, you gotta find excitement with everything, because that's what balance it out. Like when, as horrible as this last night has been, like literally I'm on my way to the hairdresser and park in the wrong spot and then my car gets snatched. But that was it. The worst thing that could happen, is when after it got snatched, they broke my car. Something broke. Like literally, I drove my car to the salon, drove my car to work that day. And literally now they're like, oh, it's, nothing we did. It's just a coincidence that something went up on your car, but it's not our fault. You got to pick up the tab. And that's equivalent. And I'll say it again, that's equivalent to this dirty system that does this every day into humans, even though you can't compare human life with a vehicle, because vehicles and all that material stuff, you can replace that easy. I wish that I could get my big brother back. We wish that we could get our loved ones back. But my whole point is, the system is so dirty and corrupt, and it's like corruption in everything, literally, where you think someone would have integrity and say, oh my goodness, because I snatched your vehicle the wrong way and I broke it, don't worry about it, I'm going to get it fixed. No, they rather point the finger and say, oh, and it just reminded me of when they beat my brother to death, literally in broad daylight, and said, oh, we didn't kill him. It wasn't the fact that he was hit by different, like at least 6 or 7 different wooden batons. He was stomped with steel-toe boots, shoes on, things of that nature. No, he just had a bad heart and he was going to die anyway. Like, make it make sense. The stuff don't make sense. Like, I'm just over this dirty, corrupt system. But again, when someone is generous and they do things out of the kindness of their heart, especially when a person's in the time of need, it's the smallest things that make a big difference. And that means the world to me. And literally, like, for, my co-teacher to literally go out his way, live on a whole side of town to literally actually take me home to make sure I'm safe. Like, no, you ain't got to call no ride. You ain't got to do nothing. I got you. That's a lifetime gift. That's a jewel right there. And you remember the jewels. Like, there's any and everybody that always helps out. Jewels, like, shout out to Adina, was on the phone, woke up, like, I'm going to come out there to get you. Shout out to the Hellabacks, who always steps up to help me out in any and every situation. So shout out to the West Coalition Prairie, because words, are not enough. Because the acts that y'all do, the acts of kindness, means the world to me. So I'm just so blessed to have such great, incredible people. And every time I want to cry, like God knows I cry my eyes out, but in the midst of me crying, I thought about the good things, you know. So with that being said, I just want to give you a shout out. I want to make sure everybody is in the place. Literally, I need Lottie Dottie and everybody. Buy a ticket, show up. We're gonna have baked goods there. We're gonna have some merch there. So please show up, show out, and it's on. So I just want to ask real quick, do Uncle Bill want to add or say anything to what I had just said, or anything that anybody want to add that's on here tonight before we actually, because we got a sad list, unfortunately, before we go to the sad list, and then I'm going to kind of wrap it up because it is kind of late. And I do have to prepare because literally without having any rest, have not been asleep, literally almost going to 48 hours because the night before last, I went to bed because I couldn't sleep, so much was on my mind, planning just so much. And it's like, as soon as you get there to the point where you want to be at, you know, something else pop up. Something else pop up. So, yeah, right, yeah. And something else pop. With that being said, I want to see if anybody want to add to or say anything before I, read our sad list and just kind of let you guys go. Mic check.
Mic check. I'll just say a few words about the upcoming events. Our big goal in the upcoming months is an art show, mostly of Tyrone West's artwork. When the police stole his life, they ended the life of a really good artist. And I think that this show may be one of a kind in U.S. history. I don't know, but it just so happens they stole the life of an artist, and we're going to display his work. We're going to have work by other people who are either victims of police brutality or members of those impacted families that love the person whose lives were stolen. So that'll be in July, and it's very expensive to put this program together at the Peel Museum downtown near City Hall. So the event that you were speaking about earlier, Tawanda, is on the 16th of May, and it starts at 1:30. And is it okay if I announce the location? I guess Tawanda must have taken a break. So it's going to be at 2640 St. Paul Street. And the goal is we've raised most of the money we need, but not all, for the art show. So we're going to have this film showing. It's a relatively new film. I think you'll find it very interesting. And hopefully that'll put us over the top to meet our goal of fundraising to put on the art show at the Peel Museum this summer. Tawanda, are you there?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Uncle Bill, for sharing that. So yeah, so I wanted to check real quick to see if we have any questions or comments.
You mean Kalia?
Yes, with Kalia.
Yes, mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, first comment, two comments are from me, mic check. And I said in response to Tawanda acknowledging that, our West Wednesday program will be a little short tonight. Even if it is short, each West Wednesday is important and a testament to our commitment to the anti-racist struggle. And I will say I did censor myself because I notice, of course, as with many things online, if we mention something with police killings or police brutality or police murders, they will specifically on YouTube not show the comment in like the official live stream format. But if people look at it accurately on YouTube, they may be able to see the person's comment. So I just wanted to make sure that at least some message, relating to our cause would be present. Linda said, agree, mic check. And Hillary said, we all need to be one another's village. Much love to you. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Yes, that was awesome. And again, no matter how short, we be on or how long, again, it is very important that we do this and it brings us together and it shows the love, it shows the dedication, it shows the tenacity, it shows the strength. Like 666 weeks, that's a very long time to be doing anything. And the way this system is designed to wear you out. Literally, literally. It's like so much happening. It's like, I remember when it was a time you had one struggle that you could deal with, and you're like, okay, but now it's multiple. It's multiple struggles on top of struggles. It's like, okay, so now is the time that we have to love up on each other. And again, I echo when my loved one just said, be the village. We are the village. We have to take care of each other. We have to embrace each other, because at the end of the day, we are all we got. Like my brother Boone always so elegantly says, we all we got, we all we need. You know, and I just want to keep the love. And then I also wanted to think about the uprising, and literally 11 years ago when Freddie Gray was, taken from us, we pulled together, and this like literally on the 28th, I believe it was the 28th, like, which would have been yesterday, but on my time frame, the days are always off. So I know I can't wait to look into my archives at memories, and I call those the blueprint memories. So if anybody always question, oh my goodness, she stay online, folks always taking pictures of stuff. Those are our memories, guys. Something we can't get back. Those are things that forever, no one can take those memories away. And those are like the actual, blueprint. You can see it. You got to come with the receipts. Like, so that's why literally I'm making videos 3-something in the morning. I'm literally making videos at 3-something in the morning, saying, hey guys, this is unreal, because I'm just like, wow. And I mean, I know stuff happened, because it ain't just stuff is happening to everybody. Unfortunately, when you think you're going through stuff, it's people that go through stuff way worse than what you got. But I'm humbled. Like my post was just now, earlier today, and I'm sorry, I'm scrambling, because guys, when I say I am literally, if somebody could just touch me and I'll fall over right now. That's how exhausted I am. Literally exhausted. So I kind of want to take a little, if it ain't no more than a 2-hour nap, real quick. That way I could be at the airport in a few hours to board the plane for my baby joyous moment. Her chair. And I want to give a big shout out to the donors and the sponsors that supported my daughter's dream. And she got the t-shirt made. I'm going to post that up. I'm going to wait till we get it to, because she said, Ma, don't post it yet. Just wait until we get in Florida. And so once we get there, I can't wait to share the picture of the shirt and things like that. I cannot wait, to share the shirt. It's beautiful, and to have y'all names on it. It's amazing. And shout out to Gretchen, who helped, talk me through, and a shout out to Adina. Just shout out to everybody. Like, I can't thank y'all. Like, so big shout out. I love you guys. And again, this is what life is like. That down place, everything that kept me, like literally, even when I felt like, I'm like, this is enough. Like, because I was already over with when my car got towed. Like, that was a big tipping point. You just never know somebody's breaking point. Like, things leading up. This been a heck of a week. I'm talking about literally where you deal with people that you love and care about, that's close to you, that do personal attacks on your character for no reason, because they're having a bad day. They want to make you have a bad day. And if you're not strong enough, you entertain that, and it crushes you. And I'm the type of person, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll say it again. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So when someone's doing that corny foolishness, it turns me up in so many ways. And literally, I had a close family member at the beginning of the week, because they were having a bad day. They're like, okay, I'm having a bad day. Now you're going to have a bad day. I'm going to say all this awful stuff to you via text message just to mess your day up, and then come back and apologize. And but again, we go through stuff, but I just urge everybody, just because you go through stuff doesn't mean hurt or break or attack people that you love. Then I had 2 other people come at me for foolishness. I'm like, okay. So that's why I believe that when all this kind of stuff happening, it's setting you up for a comeback. Like, even though right now it's raining, I'm like, out of all the days, it want to pour down. Like, I'm literally just went to the hairdresser. Like, I'm like, I have, been, like, I was like, I just want to let my hair down and just enjoy myself when I'm out of town, even no matter what I'm struggling through or whatever. Just, you want to feel good. And now all of a sudden, here come the rain, here comes the storm. And last week, the weather, the sun was shining and everything. Now it's raining hard. I'm like, okay, it would be raining. And then, so literally when I saw my car get towed away, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And that broke my heart because I'm like, I know you lied. That was my first reaction. Like, I know you lied. Then I had to deal with the reality. This is happening. This is real. This is happening. And I'm there crying like, why? I've had enough. And, but it's blessings and all this, And it's just like, I'm just so happy for like just the blessings. I'm happy that now that my family can get accountability because the killer that murdered my cousin just got found guilty on one of the people that he murdered. And I'm so happy that they got it right. So that's it. It's like, as soon as we get good news to try to celebrate it, here come the bad news. And just going through the whole weekend, not knowing what was going to happen with that broke my heart. And that's why I just stayed put. I'm like, stay in place. So that's why something told me not to go out the house this weekend. I didn't. And then now when I pop back out, go to work, and I'm like, okay, late appointment. And thank God to my beauty salon because my my beautician, because she had a busy schedule. And I was like her last client on top of this, that, and the third, and she hooked me up. She was trying. I never ever got to the hairdresser 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, okay. Well, it wasn't 11. It was like 10. She started my hair around 11. But my whole point was when I got my car towed, I'm like, I know you lied. And it was like my heart was broke. And then it's like, okay, you got to do what you got to do. Change trains, do what you do. And so I'm like, I'm going to get my car as soon as I leave here. Then I'm like, I ain't been in an Uber in God knows when. And you want to charge me like $50 to take me down the street, like literally not even a half a mile. Like, what? I'm just like, everything is crazy, overcharged. It's just crazy. And then you get there and you're like, okay, now let me get the relief and just pull off so I can go to sleep, go in the house, get myself together because I got to go to work today. And then the day, like at work, out of all days, the day I'm like exhausted. Oh, we got a fire drill going on. And I'm like, okay, it would be a fire drill today. Then on top of that, a late teacher staff meeting. But again, I count all the blessings in it. I count the blessings that I work at a new job and I love my staff members. We're a happy family, teacher family. I love that. I love my students. So you get all the blessings. I love my coworkers, all that. So you count all the blessings and everything. So my point of saying and sharing all this, when you're feeling down about whatever you go through, just keep your eyes on the prize. Like I tell my students, keep on whatever that prize is, whatever that makes you happy. Focus on that. Don't focus on your change being strange or whatever, like breaking you down that could really take you out. Because like people now suffer so real. People are committing suicide. They had enough. They're like, I'm not taking it no more. It's just so much. So be that person for them. But if you can, be your own person. Seek mental health. Take care of yourself because it's easy. And a blink of an eye, I didn't know that. I just thinking, okay, I'm running to get my hair done, and I got all these other struggles. So I'm getting ready to go out of town, all this stuff. But I'm like, it's going to work out. And then you in your mind, it's going to work out. Then the unthinkable happens. Your car, gets straight to, and they're like, okay, well, all right, I can deal with that. You're trying to be big and strong about that. Then you get there, and now the same car you drove to the spot with, been driving good all week. Now all of a sudden, nobody wants to hold accountability. Oh, it wasn't the fact that we towed your car from the back and snatched it and drug it. And, did what we did. We broke your car. We're not going to be accountable. No, we're going to point the finger at you. No, it wasn't our fault. We didn't do nothing. And we see this thing is calm in the Mercedes-Benz. It must be an issue on you. Shame on you. It's not our fault. Like, what? And now I'm dealing with that. And then it's too much. But at the end of the day, my guide, my guide and focus is love. Love always makes me go through the things. And then looking at my beautiful class face today, sharing memories, and I'm sorry I'm getting teared up, but like I share memories with my students, good memories, funny memories, and they remind me of me when I was that young, when I was 5 and 6 year old playing, and you had no clue of how hard life could be. To see their big smiles on their face is nothing much joyous than that, and to see them and be able to say a story and we bust out laughing, that's priceless to me. That's like some things are priceless, and the way the kids, my babies, they made me laugh today. Nothing can replace that. So I could have easily called out because I ain't even had a shrimp. But I thank God that I pushed through. And at the end of it, I pushed through and I'm still pushing, and it was worth it. It was worth it. Because sometimes when you feel like giving up, give yourself that big push and say, keep your eyes on the prize. That's my whole focus. Live to love, love to live. I love you all. I'm going to check one more time to see if we got any more additional questions or comments. And we're going to, unfortunately, I'm going to say the statement, and then we're going to go to the sad list. And then, I'll let you guys resume your evening. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. No new questions or comments.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Khalid, for every time taking out your schedule to come on here to read the questions and comments. Thank you, Rachel, for coming, taking your time out today on a rainy day, a rainy night. This is a good cuddle up night. You could be doing what you're doing. Thank you, Uncle Bill, for putting me on. You could be with your family. Just thank y'all for everybody to comment or question that's going to share this video. Thank y'all just for listening. Thank y'all just for listening, because time is precious. This is a day that we have never, ever seen before. And unfortunately, we will never see this day ever again. But always timestamp each day showing integrity. Timestamp each day showing love. Timestamp each day showing respect, because you never know who's watching you and what they're getting out to. Sometimes we live through people, and when people think I'm at my breaking point, they see like, wait a minute, if my uncle so-and-so can survive, or my neighbor Joe can survive, or whatever the case may be, through what they're going through, I can do it too. Or if they're doing that, and if like I see happy couples like the Hillabacks and like Bill and his wife, those are couple goals for me. That brings me joy. Like, okay, they couple goals, so, just always celebrate with people. Even if you're not to the point that you're there, you might have lost a long relationship or whatever, but don't bring that on nobody else. Be happy for somebody. And trust me, your happiness is right there too. So just a big shout out to everybody. I love you guys so much, and I'm just so glad that we're doing this. And I can't wait to sit down and for y'all to see the documentary. And, and I'm just praying for all of us. So no matter what you're struggling through, just remember, when you go through it, you can get through it. That means you're still here in the flesh. Sometimes you got to hug yourself. You got to pat yourself on the back and keep that thing moving, and count all your blessings one by one. And that will block out the things that you can't, that you're going through, that you can't take in that moment. Breathe, calm yourself down, and count those blessings one by one. And I promise you, you will feel relief in that. So I'm just excited about life. Sometimes, like, we wake up now, you never know what you're waking up to. You never know what you're going to see on the television. But at the same time, just be grateful for everything that you do. And always remember, you can take a break. If things get too much, if you get overwhelming, you get overstimulated, please, I urge you, take a break, because you'd rather take a break than to break down. Because when you break down, then you might not recover from, no matter, it doesn't matter. Like, you break down, you might not recover or come back out the same way that you were. So just get the help that you need.
Tawanda,
and that's all I got to say. Yes.
When you were thanking people in West Wednesday, Super Cardio wrote a comment thanking you. He says, "Thank you for your helpful words, Tawanda."
Thank you, Super Cardio. I appreciate you always. I appreciate every last one of y'all. So again, thank you. So I'm just gonna go right into the statement, and then also, I can't wait to my friend, if she ever makes it down to Baltimore, Mia Locksmile. Y'all saw the video. We worked together as a team to get there. We had challenges, but working together is the answer. That's the key. Working together. Pulled it off like teamwork. Teamwork is definitely teamwork. So I'm still praying for her because she should not have went through that situation with Amia Locks. If you missed it last week, I urge you go back on the YouTube and tune in and chime in. The good thing about our videos, you can always go back. So if you missed something, if you wasn't here last weekend, I know it's not entertaining with just me on here. I know you probably bored out your mind or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, this is real. This is our reality. I'm real. I'm not, I have no filter. I'm me. You like me or you love me. I'm still going, always want the best for you. And I'm going to keep it pushing. That's all I got to say. So if you haven't got a chance to see the Mia Locke story, tune into last week, West Wednesday 665, tune into that. And then if you go back 2 weeks before that, tune into my sister, Tracy. She shared about her brother. She shared uncut video footage that was never seen before. So if you didn't get a chance to look at that, please look at that. And I will be bringing Tracy back on to give us a statement about Leonard Shan. She's going to come back on. So if you didn't get a chance, chime in, look back at those videos, and yeah, you'll see. So live to love to live. I love you all. And I'm going to say the statement, and we're going to go, unfortunately, into the part that I most dislike about West Wednesday. The part that I dislike about West Wednesday is when we have to say a sad list. I don't like nothing about it, but at the same time, if I can see the good in that, is saying that we are humanizing, that these people are more than victims. These are people, loved ones. These are people that at some point in the day, before that tragedy snatched them from their family, they were operating and functioning. We don't know what they were doing, but they had breath in their body. They could literally restart their day wherever they was having a good day, a bad day. But when you end someone's life, that's the unthinkable. You can make a mistake and flip a burger, burn a burger, or fry somebody's potatoes too hard, or don't fry them the way they like them. That's an easy mistake, but you can never make up for fatally taking someone's life and come back with I didn't mean to do that. That's a hard pill, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, and it's uncalled for. So this is the sad part. So I'm going to go into the statement, and then my beautiful, beautiful West Wednesday family is going to follow up with the reading the names, the list. So I don't have the list in front of me. I don't even know what that list is. So, but I'm just saying, so if I mess up, please don't judge my heart. Please don't judge my heart. Because I'm tired. Y'all only had 2 hours of sleep within going on 48 hours, y'all. And I got to get back up in a few more hours and be up again. But I'm glad to have breath in my body. I'm glad to live and enjoy every part of my life. So it is the mission of the West Coalition not to just fight for accountability for my big, big brother, Tyrone West, but literally for all the victims of police brutality and unaliving. Because I'm trying to watch, because I don't want them flagging us and things like that. Because like my sister Talia just said, we don't want to get flagged. But we get lists, right? We get 2 lists, the community violence list and the police brutality list. And we get one from a local news outlet media that we share that you get the list from. And then we get the second list from the national list. And unfortunately, all we have is names, but we do realize these are human beings. And I believe that nobody deserves to be brutally murdered. I don't care who you are, I'm sorry, brutally unalive. Executed, I'll say that. executed or abused. Because at the end of the day, everybody is not unalive. You have some survivors, but nobody deserves that. You know, everybody deserves the pursuit of happiness, and that's to live your life to the fullest extent. So we come from a place of love. We come from a place of care, and we believe in mediation, because if you can actually sit down at a table and you can talk about your differences, guess what? All parties walk away. Even if they agree to disagree, everybody is still here and nobody's hurt. And that is the most beautiful thing in the world. So I urge anybody, if you're going through something that seems like, oh my goodness, it's so, oh, I want to squash this, I want to do something bad to that person. Think about this. Think about, one, how would your family feel if something happened to you? And think about the other person's family. You know, you might don't care about them, but they have a family that don't even know you. And this thing, this violence, it affects the whole entire family, from the youngest to the eldest. So with that being said, think about your actions before you do things. Because sometimes it's better to walk away. Because my mom always told me, you walk away, you live to see another day. So with that, live to love to live. I love you all. And I'm going to keep saying that, y'all. Live to love to live. I love you all. Because this was a day that touched my strength, my patience, my tenacity, everything. And at the end of the day, and in my mind, I keep hearing, it's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And I keep reminding myself that I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how, but and it's not the West Coalition, but God for me. I know everything is going to work out according to His plan, His purpose, and His will. So with that being said, the time now is 8:46. We're going to come back at 8:48. Unfortunately, with both of those sad lists. Mic check.
Mic check.
Thank you, guys. The time now is 8:48. And I'm turning it all to you guys. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Check.
If you don't mind, I'm going to lead off with the community violence list. We have some names this week on the list. Some of them are new. Some of them are just names that we didn't have before from incidents that happened earlier. And I just, I always try to remind people that each of these names represents a whole world to someone. Each of these names is connected to a neighborhood, a family, a mother, a father, sisters, brothers, friends, co-workers. All of these people are affected by these deaths, each of them. And so we lift them up just to raise up the humanity of these people, to stand in solidarity with their communities, and to remind ourselves why we're in this work. And so I would just ask you to echo the names back to me of these 4 human beings who've been killed in the past since the month began here in Baltimore. Vernon Richards.
Vernon
Richards.
Brandon Long Sr.
Brandon
Long Sr.
Senior.
Jason McCready.
Jason McCready.
Mark Nash.
Mark Nash.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Brian.
Thank you. Now I'm going to start with the national list of victims of police violence. It starts on the 15th of April and goes for the next 12 days. In that period of time, we averaged this during this period just over 2 a day, which is better than it's been, but it's way too much anyway. And we want to, again, as Brian so aptly said, remember that each of these people has a whole community and family around them that are missing them and mourning them. So I will start, and then Bill will take it over halfway through. And we ask that you think about these people sending love and light. So starting on the 15th, in Goldsboro, North Carolina, a 62-year-old man, Alexander Jones.
Alexander Jones.
Also on the 15th, in East Lansing, Michigan, 21-year-old man, Isaiah Kirby.
Isaiah
Kirby.
Isaiah Kirby.
On the 15th, in Chicago, Illinois, 24-year-old man, Jalen Carpenter.
Jalen Carpenter.
Also on the 15th, and hopefully I say this right, Lochapoka, Alabama, 36-year-old male, Wilder Gomez.
Wilder Gomez.
On the 16th, in Chesapeake, West Virginia, 35-year-old man, David McGuire.
David McGuire.
On the 16th, on the 16th in Butte, Montana, 82-year-old man, Gary Johnson.
Gary
Johnson.
On the 16th in Pascagoula, Mississippi, 59-year-old man, David Wyrick.
David Wyrick.
David Wyrick.
On the 17th in White Pine, Tennessee, a 49-year-old woman, Ann Jenkins.
Ann Jenkins.
On the 18th in Santa Fe, New Mexico, 36-year-old man, Randall Lopez.
Randall Lopez.
Also on the 18th in Lexington, Massachusetts, 26-year-old man, Colin Barthélemy.
Colin
Barthélemy.
On the 18th in Karen Crow, Louisiana, 34-year-old man, Michael Vavasseur.
Michael
Vavasseur.
On the 18th in Mountain View, Arizona, 35-year-old man, David Douglas.
David
Douglas.
Okay. On the 19th in Shreveport, Louisiana, 31-year-old Shamar Elkins.
Shamar
Elkins.
Also on the 19th in Ontario, California, a male whose age is unknown and whose name was withheld by the police.
Cell block for killer cats.
Ashe.
Also on the 19th in Nipomo, California, 48-year-old male, Joseph Munoz.
Joseph Munoz.
And now I will be handing the rest of the list over to Bill.
Good evening, everyone. Next in Townville, South Carolina, 32 years old, Austin Robertson.
Austin Robertson.
In Ashland, New Hampshire, 24 years old, Dimitri Zimmer.
Dimitri Zimmer.
In Columbia, Kentucky, 38 years old, Ryan Sneed.
Ryan Sneed.
In Manzano, New Mexico, 69 years old, Edward Lopez.
Edward Lopez.
In Asheville, North Carolina, a man whose age has not been stated, and we do have his name, James Jones.
James Jones.
In Marietta, Georgia, 31 years old, Damian Strozier.
Damian
Strozier. In West Springfield, Massachusetts, a man whose age has not been provided, whose name has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe. In Belleville, Indiana, 54 years old, Dustin Horwath.
Dustin Horwath.
In Woodstock, Georgia, 64 years old, Jeffrey Parker.
Jeffrey Parker.
In Jacksonville, Florida, 53 years old, his name has been withheld by the pigs.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
In Adairsville, Georgia, 26 years old, Saeed Reed.
Saeed Reed.
In Las Cruces, New Mexico, 45 years old, a man whose name has been withheld again by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
In Houston, Texas, a man whose age is not yet provided, whose name has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
Ashe. In Los Lunas, New Mexico, 53 years old, Jesus Duran.
This is
Duran.
In Denver, Colorado, a man whose age has not been provided and whose name has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
And finally, the last person that we're upholding tonight, whose life was stolen away by the police in Monroe, Michigan, a man whose age has not been yet listed and whose name, once again, has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
Ashe. And after all these tragedies, back to you, Tawanda.
Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing.
Mr. Bleish, I think you may be muted.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Tawanda, our mic was muted for a moment. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Okay. So y'all missed the whole 10 minutes. I'm just funny. I'm just funny. But anyway, I was saying that I was thanking Uncle Bill And I was thanking each and every last one of y'all. And I was asking you guys, don't forget to mark May the 16th down on your calendar. Mark it down now. Bring a friend. And even if you can't, come through, you can show up by supporting, go on the webpage at any time and order one of those amazing, fancy West Wednesday shirts. Like, the weather breaking, y'all. You already know, like, the day is a mess, tomorrow the sun will be shining bright. Just get your shirts now. Get your shirts now. Get your merch now. So live to love to live. And I was saying, I love you all, but I was saying, literally, we haven't showed the end of the video in a minute. And I was saying, sometimes you can watch a thing a million times and it's always something that you might see that refresh your memories, or something that you might didn't notice when you seen this video so many times. You might focus on, like, wait a minute, oh, this is what they did. So unfortunately, we're going to have to play now. We're going to ask my Queen Rachel if she could please play the second half of the video. I can't wait to see you guys sing, live to love to live. Keep my family and me in prayers if you pray and thoughts while we travel tomorrow. Gotta be more. So live to love to live. We will see you all next West Wednesday. Mic check.
Mic check, and travel safely.
And Mr. West begging for his life. And Mr. Salam begging for his child to be excluded and comforted from what was taking place. Not for himself, but for his 3-year-old child.
Case number 4, Adina Britt and family, September 10th, 2015.
My name is Adina Britt, and I wanted to submit a 30-second testimonial that Jorge Omar Bernardez Ruiz is one of the 11 terrorists that came into my house performing a home invasion in September 2015, terrorizing my entire family and even holding my 12-year-old son at gunpoint. He needs to be stopped.
Case number 5, unidentified arrestee, assaulted in 2016.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No, why you want to talk to me? Why would you say that?
Again, this video did not surface until the summer of 2020. Case 6, Thomas McCullough, May 2016 and February 2017.
I heard my front door coming off the hinges, like it exploded.
Thomas McCullough says it happened twice. In May 2016 and February 2017, Baltimore City Police burst through his green front door and raided his Pimlico home.
They said, police. They come up, shotguns, guns.
He says officers ransacked the place, looking for drugs, money, and weapons. He took pictures of the damage he says they left behind.
Tell us where the drugs are, the scales, the guns, and the large amounts of money.
Nothing was found. Now he's suing police, claiming officers, including a former member of the gun trace task force, frightened him, his wife, and father-in-law when the officers conducted what his suit calls an illegal search of his home. The owner of the house tells 11 News after the second raid, he had to replace the front door. McCullough and his attorney say they want Baltimore police held accountable.
There is a colossal breach of trust.
And McCullough tells us following both raids, no one was arrested or charged.
This all begs the question, when will Baltimore City State's attorney see the prosecution of Bernardez Ruiz as warranted?
They were the stopping officers in these so-called jump-out cars, unmarked and so forth, that stopped both the West vehicle and the Salam vehicle without probable cause. And these officers are the ones that also were joined by others, but they are the ones who initiated the stops, pulled both men out of the vehicles, and commenced the vicious activity that was thrust upon them.
And the officer Ruiz that started this attack is still working with promotions. He is now sergeant. But the fact that this repeat violent offender had a history leading up to my brother. There was Darrell Harris, there was James Green, Joseph Green, Abdul Salam. No one family deserves to be brutally murdered or brutalized by this repeat violent offender, Ruiz. It is time we take action. The time is now.
Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardes Ruiz is a repeat violent offender. Based on these accounts, in accordance with the law, we, the West Coalition, call for him to be fired, prosecuted, and incarcerated.
We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter.
For the safety of our city, the prevention of further harm, and the justice for these families, we see no other option.
And again, I'll say, the time is now.